We'll continue this morning with the Dean of DeKalb County Coaches. That's you, Coach Paul Benefield, and the Fyffe Red Devils. Coach, if you'd introduce the guys or let them introduce themselves and their position, then some opening comments from you about this year's Red Devils.
This is Brody Hicks to my left. He's a running back, linebacker. Jake Wooden is one of our 3-year starters coming back at offensive line and defensive line. Just same old things, I guess, Jeff. Just trying to keep working and go day by day and try to get better. And, you know, that's the same old thing.
Well, question to you, and Luke Pruitt alluded to it just a few moments ago, that a few weeks ago, I think AL.com had a poll on who the best coach in the state of Alabama is, and your peers voted you as the best coach in the state. I want to know how that made you feel that your peers voted you as the best coach in the state.
Well, that's real flattering shock to me that happened. You know, I mean, I sent my email back, but I didn't vote for myself. But you know, that's probably the goodest thing as you can ask for is for your peers, that people really know something about football that says that. But you know, maybe they just felt sorry for me or something. I don't know, because I'm old. What do you think, Bowen? Do you think that was it? I don't know. Maybe they're just all mad at each other and decided to vote for me. But it is an honor, and I mean, just to be mentioned in the top 10 with some of those guys is pretty neat.
Well, Coach, you've been at this a long time, and one of these days you're going to step back, step away, and reflect back on your total career. What does it mean to you to have all these kids that have played for you? I know a lot of them have appreciated what you've done for them. Is that a big thing for you? And when you look back on all your accomplishments, it's how you have influenced young people?
Well, I'm sure someday, you know, I'll have time to reflect on that. But, you know, and I do some anyway. But, you know, it's enjoyable to watch. I just came from a kids' camp where I got, you know, guys that played for, of course, I got guys that played. This is another second generation playing for me. But to see all those little kids running around, they'll be grown before you turn around 2 or 3 times. But you know, it's kids can't think about it too much; it'll overwhelm you too much, and you just hope that every day you can do something to help them. Not do something easy for them that they get all the time anyway, but something they have to earn, and to get that kind of integrity about you that you have to work to earn something and to be successful. Hopefully they'll go with them all of their life.
I'm going to ask the player's question right here. I've actually got to see you two guys grow up in the system, and you sat behind some really good players and actually played alongside some really good players. Now it's your turn, man. What does that mean to be leaders of what we call the Big Red Machine coming into your senior seasons?
It's an honor because I've been around some great players that's ever been through Fyffe, and my whole goal this year is just to make sure that I make my community proud, and if I make them proud, that'd be a successful season for me.
What Jake said too, and along with making our difference, making a difference with what we do in the community and not whatever everybody else has done.
And my last question to you, Coach. If I've had a nickel for every time I've been asked, what are they doing up there? You're up there pretty regularly. What are they doing? I'd be a rich man, but with that being said, have that kind of aura about your program that people want to know what's happening, and seeing a lot of these teams move to the, you know, your type offense to try to help their programs. What does that mean to you personally?
You know, it's something I don't think about a whole lot. I just, I do see people that's trying to do some of the things that we do, and that's I think he noted a while ago, that's flattering to know somebody wants to do something that we do and copy what we do. But we all copy. All coaches are copiers. Nobody invented anything. I guess somebody did some at one time, but I hadn't invented anything new. So you know, we all borrow from whatever we see. I don't know if that answered your question or not, but
For the players, you guys, lost twice last year. Must have been hard. How much you guys use that for motivation to going into this year, knowing that, for Fyffe, it's not normal to lose many games?
Yeah. It gives you pretty good motivation, because when you sit there and you watch all these teams in front of you do all the success, and you come in there and you're the one who didn't make the state or didn't win all the games or something like that, it just kind of makes the next year, this year, personal, because you want to make everybody that you let down last year proud.
Yes, we always strive to make ourselves better every year, and with that, we work harder, and the things that we've messed up last year, we've come to fix and get better at, and we just overall become a better team and play well together.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about a young man right here, down here in the front. I wanted to ask you about a young man that you've gotten moved in from Cornerstone in Dobbins. He was with you in the spring, played in that spring game down at Coosa. Coming from a unique situation, though, you've had some transfers in the past, but how have you seen him kind of grow, not only in your program, but playing from 8 or 9 man football at Cornerstone to playing this type of football with 11 man?
I don't know a whole lot about him. I got a lot of guys that's been playing here at Fyffe that I do know about, so I don't know a whole lot about anybody that's just moved in. Hadn't saw him in a real game yet.
Coach, you were talking about the youth football camp that you just did, and the numbers for those children that want to be like these two guys up here are phenomenal, and I know they probably helped. Players, what does it mean to you to be so looked up to by the younger Pee Wee players, and what does it mean to you to have such a community involvement with Fyffe?
It means a lot. Like I said, when you go out there and you see all them little kids and they look at you like you're the greatest thing on earth, it makes you want to go out there and run and do all the stuff that we do and just make them proud and go win another state.
Yeah, it's such an honor having those little kids look up to us, because once you see that someone like that looks up to you, you don't want to go around acting stupid in public, because if you start acting stupid, they will.
Coach, I want to ask you about these two guys that you brought with you today. Tell us why you brought these two. I know there's probably several you could have brought. Why did you bring these two guys with you today?
Because these guys have put it on the line when people's not watching, and besides me, I'm watching. And they ain't made no excuses about misses, and they ain't gone 20 vacations all year long, and they've had really great off seasons. And I guarantee you it'll show. These two have laid it on the line during the off season. It'll show when the game starts.
Coach, something
I didn't say everybody has. I said they have. That's why they're here.
something really special, I think I'd like to ask you about. What's it like to have Eli back around the program now, not in uniform, but helping out?
Well, he's going to be a big help to us. He knows a little bit about what's going on, and he helped us with our junior high and maybe on Friday night. But it's just good to have him back home in general. Don't keep all you little chickens close by.
For the guys, I've gotten a chance to see some of you out and about in the off-season in public and just chat with you a second or two about what it's been going like in the weight room and getting prepared for the start of the 2022 season. But I haven't got to speak with either one of you, so I want to hear from you guys. What has this offseason been like for you guys? We've seen pictures. I know Bo and the guys have shared some from being in the weight room. I've seen some of the guys looking bigger, at least in the pictures. What has this offseason been like for you guys, training and doing some of these camps that you guys have been able to do?
It of course hasn't been fun, but we've got through it, and I feel like we've gotten a whole lot better, bigger, stronger. Everybody has. Because during the spring game, I'm going to be honest, I didn't like hitting anybody on our team because it didn't feel the same as last year.
Like Bro said, that was a big difference. Everybody was hitting a lot more harder in spring than they did the year before, and I think all of us, we agreed. We never talked about it, but we kind of all agreed that it was time for us to step up and we was going to be for real about it, and we was going to try and make a run this year.
This is for the players also. Coach has chosen you two. He spoke on why he chose you two guys to be here today. So what does it mean to you to come and represent the Fyffe Red Devils and the community of Fyffe?
It's an honor that he trusts us to come up here and represent the community and not act stupid and be respectful, and it's just an honor.
Basically what Jake said, and there's many people he could have picked, but knowing it was us two just gives me a good feeling.
Coach, I've got one more question for you. This 2022 Fyffe team, what do you think are the strengths of this football team as you go into fall practice into the first game?
Well, if any indications from the spring, we feel like we're going to play hard and we'll be playing physical. So that's about all we can do anything about. We can't if we go out and do those things and we're ready to play that way for 4 quarters, what else can you do? You've done the best you can do.
I believe you play a jamboree on the 19th at the Field of Champions against Piedmont, and then you get into your regular season schedule there, or play Geraldine, I guess, on the 26th. So that's your first 2 games, one of them a jamboree, one of them a regular season game.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
All right, guys. Thanks for being here. Good luck to the Fyffe Red Devils in 2022.
Thanks.
Thank you.